room. It's your girl Pam. Hang on here, y'all. I got a little problem. Here's something. We needed some light. Some light. And then there was light. Praise the Lord for light. Okay, guys. Um, let's get into it. Whew. It's been a long day. But I'm here. I know I was supposed to be here yesterday, but of course, yesterday came and gone, and was a whole lot of. But guess what? When someone moves your cheese, or when your cheese gets moved, you only have a couple of things you can do. You can go find the cheese, move with the cheese, or stay there and complain about the cheese being moved. Well, that's not my choice. I moved with the cheese. And I said, you know what? It'll be all right. Maybe tonight is a better night. Knows my name. I started this journey based off of some losses, and I'm able to now better. You guys kind of see my journey and kind of where I came from and where I'm at today. I want to tell you that I thank the Lord for where I'm at today. I thank the Lord for everything that I've gone through. It's made me a better person. Now, there are some things that I did. I went to counseling. I read a lot of books. I have Audible, and honey, I beat them up. I beat them up, because I want to be a better version of myself. I want to stop doing the same things and going around the same circle and not learning the lessons that I need to learn. But I needed some help. I needed some help, and I was willing to um, say, "Forget it. I give up, Lord. I give up." And what basically drove me, I used my platform was the strong black woman. You know that one. That one, she's so overrated. It's too much. You're not an island. I thought I was. I didn't really need anybody, and help was something that they should have been grateful for me to even have them help me. It was really out there, and I wasn't intending on going that direction, but hey, there I was in that direction, and I finally realized that this ain't the way that I should be, and so he led me to several books. Um, in fact, before even the books came about, it was me being, I went to Fresh Hope. Shout out to Fresh Hope, yeah. And if you want to know about Fresh Hope, go to over to on Facebook to PSB Connect. There is her Dinette's number and everything is there. In fact, you probably just can Google it on Facebook on just Google it and you'll be able to find it. But inbox me if you want to know anything about that. Right? It's a great program. It really set me up for success. So I started with boundaries. Joy didn't come to my door until I learned how to do some boundaries. And you would think the boundary was for other people. The boundaries were for me. Everything that I learned was not about anyone else, but it was about me placing boundaries on Pam. Certain things, places you go and things that you do, I don't do those anymore because I couldn't handle it. I did too much. Um, I just no. It was a no for me. And is there still progress to go? Yes, and I'm grateful for it. And then I got into Who Moved My Cheese. And when I first read that book, I thought it was talking about the relationship that ended. And it was then. But now, when I went back, God said, go revisit those books. I revisit Who Moved My Cheese, Out of the Maze, and Peaks and Valleys. Y'all, get those books. If you're struggling, get those books. And then revisit them. Revisit them time and time again, right? Because you haven't arrived until you arrive. and you're always going to be arriving. And it is so good now that I now know how to start to even out myself. I've always told him, Lord, I want to be Paul. He always said it. I don't want to be hot or cold. I don't want to be up or down. Y'all know cancer sometimes all over the place. I heard why I was the typical cancer, right? And just whiny and just things didn't go my way. And honey, life was not gonna be good for whoever was in that tunnel. But I'm learning and I'm pressing through because I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that anymore. I want something different for myself. And the only way that I could have done it, because I started reading it and I didn't take God with me. I did not. I didn't take the Holy Spirit with me. He's there to comfort us. He's there to teach us and guide us. That's what Jesus left him down here for when he went on. So I said, okay, Lord, help me with this. Holy Spirit, come into my heart and show me some things. Honey, did he show me some things? But what I'm trying to tell you is he led me to different books, not just the Bible, but other things that also help guide me into where I'm at today, where I can tell you joy huh, knows my name. I'm learning how to laugh at myself. I'm learning how that everything doesn't have to be my way. And God's brought me here for a purpose. And I'm going to live out that purpose. But there's some things that God needed to pull away from me. And it's not people, places, or things. It's things that were in me. So this isn't about anyone. This is about Pam and how God just used my mistakes, mm, my messes to come up with a message. And I beseech anybody who's listening, anybody who's struggling with depression, because I was prone to that. I was prone to that. Man, nothing like me going down. Any problems to come up with them, I can tell you where you're gonna find me. I'm gonna be down in the basement, honey, yes. In this dark little room. I got a big basement, but down in there, I only stay in the little room, right? Covers over. I'm done. Okay. And I realized that there's got to be more to life than what, excuse me, y'all. There's got to be more to life than what I'm doing right now. I wanted peace. I wanted joy. But I had to learn how to stay on my peaks longer and stop creating valleys. And what do you mean by peaks and valleys, Pam? I tell you, y'all need to read that book. Get that book on Audible, honey. Y'all book me. Okay. I'm not like a lady. Like, that book is awesome. And I had to go over it several times to actually get it. And I'm still reviewing it. The peaks and valleys, as Dr. M.D. Spencer put it, that it's like your heart. It has the peaks and it has the valleys. And it also, you can go flatline, right? But you don't want to do that, right? But the peaks and the valleys, it goes it up and down, up. But that isn't that the way that we breathe? Isn't that the way that we live? We have those ups and we have the downs. But we need to. But when you have your downs and you're in the storm, go back and look at that Born to Soar. I beseech you to go back and follow those. Because if it works for me, it'll work for you. God has no perspective of person. And I want to stop here and say, I thank God for trusting me with this. It's tiny now, but he says, don't get lenient and don't get mad and don't look down at small beginnings. Hmm? So I said, Lord, we're just after the one. And there's been several ones that has come. And I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful that he entrusts me with that. It's a tall order. Every Wednesday I struggle, and then God said it's not about you, honey. It's about me. I'm working through you. So I'm just a vessel. Hello? Hello, Pam. And then things get easier because he says his yoke is easy. And then I learned that down in the valley, in the storm, when things are just going kufa, cocoa pops, right? I don't have to stay there that long. If I learn how to navigate in the storm, realizing that storms don't last long. Let me get you a scripture here. I'm going to be coming from Psalms 35 and 5, right? And it says, and I'm coming from, which Bible is this? This is a devotion Bible. It's the International Version, okay? And it says, and you need to read the whole verse, but I'm going to take this part. Um, For his anger lasteth only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may remain for a night, some says endure, but joy comes in the morning. So what that's telling me is that the storms don't last always in your life. The rain stops. It will stop. It's not going to last forever. What you're going through right now is not going to last forever. When my mom died in February 21st of this year, honey, my heart was crushed. And I told the Lord, I don't want to feel like this always. Do I have to feel like this always? And the answer is no. There were some things, because death is a part of life. And he said, it's going to come to you. So where I came from, that was the valley. How I got to my valley was I wanted my legacy to be left for those that are left here. Know that there are going to be other people left here. And so I didn't want them mourning. Like, they're going to do what they're going to do. But I also wanted them to remember some things about me. So I'm starting to have positive memories for my grandchildren, for my son, for my sisters, for my dad, for people that are around me. This is what I want you to remember about me. And I'm doing it now. You have to do it now. You have to be intentional about things. And you have to be able to laugh at yourself and say, okay, oh, I did that wrong. Right. Sorry. Let's see if we can do. And we say that when you're in the valley and you're able in the valley, when you're able to laugh at yourself, you're gonna start to come up to the peak, right? You're gonna start coming up. All of a sudden, you realize that I made a lot of my valleys. I created valleys, and valleys are down there in the deep in those storms and things. You know the things that we do that create those valleys for ourselves. Drinking and driving. It's a no-brainer. You don't do that, but you do it. I did it, but it took me having to go get a DUI. It's a DUI, DUI. What is that thing? Driving intoxicated, right? I believe that somebody put something in my drink, right? But I know what it feels like to be drunk. I'm not proud of it, but it is what it is. Okay, and that experience taught me so much. But my question is, why do we have to go through pain? There's a couple of ways that makes us change. Pain, we go through the pain. We decided that what we're doing just ain't working. I need to do something different, right? But there's always something that motivates us towards change. Well, that motivated me towards change. It cost me a lot of money. Woo, did it cost me a lot? And but what I'm learning through all of that is I thank God for all the stuff that I've gone through. And That's thinking now because I'm learning that I can have joy. I can be at peace. And when the storms come, I'm learning how to soar through them. I'm learning that oh, this ain't gonna last long. So if that person walked out, if she walked out, if he walked out, uh, if the refrigerator, uh, I gotta get a new one. If the refrigerator goes down, guess what? This problem is a problem, but it's not gonna last forever. I will have another refrigerator. You know how many refrigerators I've had in my life? I will get another one. And I'm just using these as examples. It won't last forever. So those of us who are thinking about taking our lives and listening to everything but what God is telling you, stop, hold on, take a deep breath, and know that the storm doesn't last always, and it does come to an end. And there are things that you can do to help the storm end. Mm? Yeah, there's some things you can do because chances are you created your own valley. Now, can you do anything about health issues? Maybe. Can you do anything about somebody dying? 9 times out of 10, no. Right? Some things are just out of your hands and out of your control. But there are things that are in your control. And that's what I'm talking about today. The things that you can control. And I want you to know that the storms don't last. And joy do come in the morning. People that have lost their jobs, I mean, especially at hard times. And these are the ways that you feed your family. This is the way you feed yourself. This is how you pay your bills. This is what you do. But they said they asked them 5 years later, how did they feel about losing that job? And they said it was the best thing that ever happened to us. We as human beings are the most resourceful beings. Okay? We can come out of it. But when we're in the mix of it, we get all frustrated because all we can see is what's in front of us. It's like me looking for my keys, honey. And guess what? I went and got me a key finder. Okay? I was tired of that. Keys, every time I find, you know where the keys are? 9 times out of 10, right there in front of me. Right in front of me. So what I'm trying to tell you is your change is in front of you. It's in front of you. It's not that far away. And sometimes if we just sit down and take a deep breath, the problems go away. They do. For instance, story time. Okay. All about me. Okay. This is the time we can do all about Pam, right? I was, and mind you, I didn't know I was like this. I didn't. It was all about me. I had a whole saying, party don't start until I get in it. And when I stopped partying, I said, how in the world are these people having a party without me? Really, I thought the world evolved around me. I want you to know that's something that 2 and 3 year olds think, okay? Not a grown woman. A 2 or 3 year old thinks that, right? So the story time is that I was immature. Hello? Up until maybe I'm up until recently, because I've been learning things all along. And yeah, it is what it is. And when I started just saying, you know what, I need to do something different. This is not right. This is not how I'm supposed to live. And do you not know that God came in and started changing me? I can't tell you about nobody else, but I can tell you what he did for me. Yeah, got me into a program. I'm telling you, get yourself into some counseling. Find yourself a good program to get into. Ladies, if you're having any sort of anything, it don't matter what type of issue it is. I want you to look up Fresh Hope. Hands down the best place ever. They're friendly, they're nice, they're resourceful, and they always was there for us. Always. And, and they are still today. I love Jeanette. I love Connie. I love the everybody that's in there. They're such nice people. And guess what? They used to be Fresh Hope Living too. They've gone through the same way we have and read the same books that we have, right? And they have come on the other side of it. And you know what? I thank God for it. So it's nothing wrong with getting help when you need it. There's nothing wrong with saying I need something different in my life, but I don't know how to get there. There's nothing wrong with humbling yourself, whining, crying, treating people bad because I'm hurt, because something wasn't the way I thought it should be. Now, I'm just speaking about me, and that's a story time on Pam. What's your saying? What is stopping you from doing what you need to do? And what is stopping you from starting to treat people around you better than what you're doing? The bulk of the stuff that people are dying around here, people being hateful to one another, it's based in something else. It's a reason for it. Mine is I thought that only I could do it. That was the horse. But what was pulling that horse was fear. Was fear. Fear of not being accepted. Fear of things not getting done unless it's done by me. Fear of rejection. You know, we stay in places and do things longer because of fear. We stop and don't go places because of fear. Hmm. We die because of fear. And now is the time we have to do something so much different than that. Get some help. Join a great organization. Like if you're here in Wichita, Kansas, get to Fresh Hope Ladies. It's for ladies, and you can bring your children with you. They have a great program for the children, even. So seek out your help. Get into your word. We die because of lack of knowledge. We don't understand. And God designed it like that, honey child. He designed it that we have to depend on one another. We have to. I wouldn't know who did I seek help from? God, what did that God do? He led me to where? Through my sister Party's at. I seen her going through it. I said, I need help. I was outdone by everything that was going on around me. I couldn't be strong anymore. I didn't know how. I didn't see a lot of stuff coming. I didn't see it. But and as I think about it, if I would have smelled the cheese, I would have noticed that it was starting to go bad. And maybe I did notice it. But I didn't want to believe it because I'm so awesome. Right? Oh, maybe I am. But hold on. There are some things that you're missing in this picture. And God started to teach me some things. He started saying that just because you might be right in what you're saying, but every time that you're right, do you necessarily need to voice it? Or there are ways of going about things. Didn't have no femininity, of finesse on how to do things at all. I came at them point blank. And there's always better ways of doing things and to be open and transparent. And I never snuck around and did anything wrong, out of pocket. But I'm coming at you, and no. Woman, men, boys, girls, dogs, cats, it didn't matter. You was gonna catch it if I felt like you was out of pocket, you was doing something wrong. You was hurting my feelings. You was gonna know about it. And then I remember as a change was starting to happen, as after that ended, and then I had to go and get some help. I had to set boundaries for myself, and because I was scared. Inside, I was a hot mess. Now you may have saw me, and you probably would have just said, "Oh, okay, that's damn, she cool," and I am. But on the inside, your girl was a raging hot mess. I didn't know whether, I got to a point where I didn't know what to say because I know if I say too much, and I didn't know how to not say enough, or I didn't know how to communicate at this point because now everything had changed. The cheese had moved, and now I don't know what to do. So God led me to some books, led me to the Boundaries book, what you get out of Fresh Hope. He also led me to Who Moved My Cheese, which was introduced to me by my friend, and I did not read the book. It was sheet paper, and I didn't read anything because I didn't know why it was given to me, first of all. And I still don't know, but I went back and I got the book. I read it, I audioed it, and it helped me tremendously. It was like an aha moment. Oh, okay. And what I really liked about it, at the end of it, it has this discussion at the end of it. And it's really a short book, and it's really a great book. And then I went and got Out of the Maze. How he got out of the maze. How and I see myself uh, like one of the characters that didn't laugh at himself. That was how. And there was another character, and I can't think of his name, but he, let's just call him her Pam. Okay. I didn't want to move. I thought that because you choose whatever it is you want, whether it be money, whether it be people, things, whatever it is, right? And I didn't want that relationship to end. I didn't understand it at all. I thought that we could do this, we can do that, but of course I couldn't communicate it because I didn't have the words to understand, because I didn't understand nothing, right? And of course I thought I did, but I didn't. And from there, then I started. It just kind of branched out from that point on. Then I started looking just not at that, but relationships that I was in as a whole. How can I better those? What is it that I can do about these things? And then this last time when I was reading over them, when I was listening to them, I put myself. Audibles is really great for this. I put my situation into it because now I'm walking and carrying on, and I also work. So sometimes the schedules cross over and the cheese get moved, such as parents' schedules change, right? And so I have to change my schedule. And instead of getting upset, because I was thinking, how am I going to do this? The Lord showed me just with walking. So He showed me. He says, "There's 7 days in a week. Three of them, it may be questionable when you can get out, but the other four, you can." The answer was right in front of me. I was very much stressed about it because I wanted to do it. And although it's a struggle for me every morning to get up to do it, I want to do it. And because I know it's good for me. And drinking water and all these other things that our family is got this thing, accountability going on for us. We tell our small changes of what we're doing in our lives, and how does that look, and what are you doing? Me, I decided to make up my bed. Right, that was the only thing that I was going to do. Make up my bed every morning because I was not making up my bed. Right, I was just getting up, and I realized but it was a process for me to have to get up because I am a morning person. I just have to get up, right? And I don't ever want to get up. I don't ever want to get up. But I realized when I do get up and start moving things about, I and start my walk, course, you prayer and meditation, then you get on your walking, but all that takes time. So you have to get up early enough to get all that done, and go to bed early enough to make sure that you can get time. So you have to get up early enough to get all that done, and go to bed early enough to make sure that you can get up to get it done, right? So I planned my day. And I realized when I was had stopped walking, when I let all everything get in on me and weigh me down from normal me weigh me down because Pam didn't want to do it. Ego is mine, and she is on it, tough, tough. You hear me? And I go, you know what? I don't care what I think. I'm in control of this vessel. And I realize when I just get up and walk, I'm not running. I'm not even speed walking anymore. I'm just walking. I have to build up knee strength. So speed walking is going to cause a problem. And so we're just going to walk. We're just going to walk a little bit longer, right? And just take my time. I go to the Great Plain Nature, and it's such a beautiful place. I go there all the time, but I didn't realize how beautiful it was until this time because there's joy in my life. I can see joy all over. Now, what's changed in my life? Hmm? Nothing really, other than the fact that I look at things differently. I see things, I am starting to see things differently. I'm realizing that I can soar above my problem. Hmm. Now, will I get tense? Somebody come to me and say something. I said, y'all make. I'm trying. I'm working on this mouth, right? And what comes out of it. And sometimes some 4, 5 letter words might come out. Depends on what how y'all come at me, right? So somebody would say something that would be like really absurd to me. I'm like, you made me cuss in my head. Cause I'm cussing out loud. You done made me cuss in my head. Girl, everybody start laughing. Everybody's falling out at it. Cause I'm able now to laugh at myself. You know what I'm saying? And laugh at how I would have handled that a couple of months ago. Hmm? A couple of months ago, I may have handled that a little differently. I may have looked at you like, if you don't, oh, for real? Look, hand going. I may even have a little head right. The body posture was on point. I didn't have to say a whole lot. Just a whole. I can move a whole mountain by. Oh, is that how we doing things? But now I'm like, wait a minute. We can do this better. There's ways of doing this better. And I realized that smiles, y'all, a smile will go a long way. So when I'm on my walk, I practice smiling and saying hello. Now you think those are small little things, and they are, but it means a lot when you smile and say hello. How are you doing? That's it. That's it. It's amazing how things, little small things, can change that next person. Today I was somewhere. I was doing something, um, and I said something that was funny. I meant to say it. I meant for it to be funny, right? And they start laughing. You know what? I said, I'm glad I can make you smile because whatever they were going through, and they may not have been, but it prepared people to smile. Smiles and being happy and being joyful is better than that apple a day, huh? I'm just telling you, the joy knows my name. Joy has come into the house and is taking a seat in a residence in my house. Here, this vessel. And it took work, took dedication. It took not giving up on myself. It took me not giving up on others. Those people that I believe that hurt me, right? Now let's not even go into maybe I hurt them. That's not. We're not gonna talk about that, right? Because we don't do that. We don't talk about what you could have done. Well, let's say that communication rules the nation, but how do you communicate with somebody that's like this? You don't. You don't. You leave. That's what you do, right? Because if a person is closed off, you can't talk to them. If a person thinks that they know everything and their way or the highway, or everything I say is right, even though it might be, if if a person is not able to exercise their views and have and allowed to make the mistakes that you probably know is getting ready to happen, or even if you could just, there's now, you can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. And it's just my aura, praise God, has changed. It's in process of changing. Hmm. Do I still feel like God's got me hid out? Yeah, because there are a lot of times I walk by, people just don't even see me. Like, what? You don't see me? You don't see me. And you know what? I realized that it did at one point. It kind of bothered me because normally when I walk in a place, hey, Pam, and now it's more like, hey, yeah, okay. I've been gone for a long time, and then all of a sudden I pop up and there is no hooray. It's kind of unsettling. But then I realized that it's okay. It's okay because it's not about this. It's about what God is showing me, what God is bringing me to. And I'm going to bring my shirt. My shirt says "Happy Birthday." This is my birthday month, right? I celebrate the whole thing, y'all. I celebrate the whole thing. And this year, I'm really celebrating. I don't go out and party and do all that good stuff anymore. But what I do is I go out and try to make people smile and be happy, right? And it just comes from me either having a joke. I don't go. I'm not obnoxious. I'm not knocking on your door or any of that. But if you pass me, you're gonna get a smile, and it's really difficult sometimes for me because my mind don't always be on smiling, y'all. Sometimes my mind is on what the next thing I need to do. I need to get in and get out and go here and go there. But God tells me to slow down, smell the coffee, look at the roses. I know there was a time I would have passed by a couple of deers. You know how big a deer is? Deer is pretty big. And these are just baby deers, right? I would have passed by. I wouldn't even seen them. Wouldn't even seen them. I do people that way. I used to do people that. I used to just pass by them because not because I was trying to be mean or anything, or I was trying to be mean or anything, or whatever you was doing wasn't important to me. It probably wasn't, but for real, for real. But it's more to the point is I had too much going on up here that I thought was more important. And now I stop, I smile. And it only takes seconds. Seconds, y'all. Oh, that brings me to this point. It takes seconds to like, share, and comment. Let's get those likes and shares up, you guys. I want to see more likes. I want to see more shares. Because I come every Wednesday, and I want to say all you got to do is give me some hearts. That's it. It's all free. It doesn't cost a thing. Back to the story. Back to the story. Yeah. So, and it doesn't cost you anything to smile. And do you know that you can just about do anything with a smile? You know how I know? You know who has the best smiles in the world? Them baby girls. My baby girls have the most smiles, the best smiles. They give them to you. They're genuine. They're genuine. And when they give them to you, you be like, oh, huh? Why come we as adults can't do that? Why come we can't find joy and then give out joy with a hello? How are you doing? And then they'll give that back to you. Hmm? Now it's a rush because we see each other all the time, right? So the people that I'm walking with, we see each other all the time. And I want to give a shout out to our older community, huh? Those 60 pluses are out there running and jogging on canes, getting it in. Ain't let nothing stopping them from getting. God, I'm telling you, a brisk walk in the morning gets everything going. Get your 8 glasses of water in. I'm going for 16. I'm close, right? You said the bigger you are, the more water you need. Come on. But at least get your 8 in, regardless of what size you are. You got a few extra pounds on there, get an extra glass of water. It really helps move everything and it keeps the joy. You can find some joy just by drinking some water. If you are dehydrated, what does hydration do when you put something in and it's dehydrated? It's a prune. It's a raisin. Because it doesn't have any liquid in it. So you say, I swap with some water. Hmm. What? And watch. They said, Pam, how are you losing weight? I really didn't know how to answer that, right? I walk. I don't speed walk. I walk. I watch what I eat, but I eat what I really want to eat. And but I found out that the key is water. Simple. So how do I remove the storm of my weight? To drink water. Of course, and do the other things as well. Now, just don't drink water and just sit there. Get up and move because water gonna make you move. You're gonna move, but get up. I'm telling you, that morning brisk walk, even if you can do it in the afternoon, go out and just take a walk. Go out and take a. Good evening. How are you doing, Teresa? How are you doing? Hey, Paul, Yvette, Brenda, Charles. How you guys doing over there? Thank you for coming in on here and sharing your time with me. Thank you for listening. Guys, if you have benefited, have learned anything, or enjoyed the conversation that I'm having with you all, I want you guys to put some more hearts up there, put some more stars up there, and just drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments and definitely go out and share. I really think people needs to know that joy comes in the morning. Our kids are dying at an alarming rate due to suicide. They don't have any joy. They don't have any hope. Our adult popularity is kicking up a notch. We are dying at an alarming rate at our own hands. And somebody needs to tell somebody that joy comes in the morning, that you can get through this. Share. Share this. They need to know that. They also need to know that there's places where you go, where you can go, ladies, that there is a place where we can go. Uh-huh. And they can get you into some counseling. It's the best thing ever to be able to talk to people. Because if you're still doing the same stuff and hoping for a different outcome, hello, somebody, it's crazy. It's a sign of insanity. Hello. But if you want to do something different, okay, if you want to do something different, find yourself a good counselor. I say find yourself a Bible based counselor. All right. Now you got to be careful with any and everybody, right? But somebody will tell you that joy comes in the morning. Somebody tells you that his yoke is easy. Somebody will tell you to put on the whole armor of God. Don't walk out there naked. You do not go into a battle without your battle gear on. And you don't go out alone. Come on, talk to me. Yes, yes. When we see our friends out, when we see somebody that's out, let's stop and say hello or smile. Sometimes we really don't have time to stop. Sometimes we got a time limit and we got to get in and get out. But you can still be smiling at people. If I can do it, honey, everybody can do it. And be thoughtful. Make eye contact with people. Contact. Now they're wearing masks and things. You can still say hello. Hand gestures. Hello. How are you doing? Sometimes we gotta talk and speak, regardless of where the situation is. But we can do it. And you don't know how that has changed people's day. Because you know what? When I am greeted, it makes me feel better. It makes me pick up my pace. We are communal people, meaning that we are people that groups. We hang out together. Huh? Very seldom you see people by themselves. And if they're by themselves, um, there's a reason. Hmm? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a loner. I'm a loner for a couple of reasons. I'm a loner because, and I imagine I will now start attracting friends, other people like me, because I thought that I can do everything by myself. Who wants to be with people like that? Now, I'm scratching because I just like, whoa, wait a minute. I thought it was a good thing to be by yourself. And I realized and then no, you have more fun when you're with people. I go to resorts. I go to a lot of places by myself. I go out to eat. I grab myself some flowers. And they die. I'm not the greatest flower person. You may not want to be. Yeah, but still, yeah. You want a friend, show yourself friendly. Allow people to talk. And if you don't want them to talk on your show, go and do your show by yourself. Be by yourself. It's a lonely experience sometimes. It's okay sometimes to be by yourself. There's nothing wrong with you need to learn. I want to make sure I tell you you need to love yourself enough that if you are by yourself for whatever that reason is, for whatever that season is, you okay with that. It's okay. You don't want to be codependent on anything or anyone. Right? You don't want to be able to say, I can't leave, you can't leave me. You can't go. I got to have somebody with me. See now we got a problem. That's a codependency. We have to find a balance. Well, Pam, you said you got to find a balance. There's a balance here. You have to be able to balance your life out. Don't be just too high. You got to have everybody with you, or where you don't want nobody with you. Nobody want to be with you, huh? You got to be right up in here in the middle somewhere, right? Up and down, kind of like this, right? Just right there, huh? Start today. For me, it was setting boundaries for myself, setting boundaries for myself. This wasn't for it was nobody bothering me. Well, there was no boundaries for other people. These boundaries was for me. Enter. Have you ever had things raging on the inside? Your mind is just flipping out. You're thinking thoughts. You're doing. You just. I had to set boundaries for myself. I had to tell myself, no, we're not doing that. We're not thinking that. We're not going there. I started speaking life in my head. This here. When I started thinking negative thoughts, I started saying, nope, we're going to speak life. We're going to speak life. We're going to speak what we want to see. Get to a place where you could imagine. Say if you want to get married, okay? Say you want to be married. You want to have friends. What does that look like? Imagine having the friend. Imagine having the husband. What does it look like? Actually can see it. You want the job. You can taste the food, honey. It's really good. Okay? It's so good that you already know what it tastes like. As cooks, we already know. I want to go here and make this right here. I can already imagine what it's going to look like. Girl, give me a call. Give me a call. Call me. We need to talk. Call me. Call me. And a lot of times we don't need to be out by ourselves. We don't. We need to find other like-minded people who are having the same desires, going in the same direction. And a lot of times it ain't always the people that we've been hanging around, honey. It ain't always. And sometimes I find that God hides us for our own good, where He rips everybody out of our lives for a period of time so that we can, it's set up for our training. It's a training session going on. I would advise everybody that's in that season, come on, Pam, come on, y'all, listen to me. Grab your good book, grab your Bible. Ask God to lead you to where you want to be. Get some boundaries. Get the book called Boundaries. I have to give that a name. I'm going to put them on here, right? Boundaries. Definitely go to PSB Connection. They'll be there. I'm going to put them on tonight. Who moved my cheese? I got it on Audible. Out of the Maze, Peaks and Valleys. And there's another one and I'll put those on there, all right? Those are really great books. Those are really great starts. Definitely go to Audibles and get those books. It's worth it. It's so much worth it. We spend money on everything but what is going to benefit us, our mental health. We need to check it and get it in play and start speaking life over yourself. Speak life over yourself. Stop saying you're big, fat, and ugly. Stop it. Say, I'm beautiful, and whatever size you're trying to get to. And watch you start working towards that. Stop with I'm broke. Stop that. No, I'm whole. I'm just having a few money issues today. And start thinking like a rich person. Start putting yourself in positions where you can learn. One more thing before I get out of here. If you are the smartest person in your circle, you need to elevate. Get into a room of people who are smarter than you. It's time to graduate. I'm not telling you to leave your friends. I'm not telling you to leave that group. But what I am telling you is to get into a room where people know more than you. And then when you get in there, shut up and listen and absorb. And don't get scared. You won't be scared if you sit down and be quiet. Won't nobody know what you don't know until you open your mouth. Who am I talking to? Huh? Who are we talking to? This is a good word now. Don't get mad at me. Do it. And watch some change come upon you. Now, next thing you know, you be like, Pam! I said, praise God. Praise God. We're after not the 99, but the one. Just the one. God came back. If it wouldn't been nobody but me left here, everybody else was saved and sanctified and filled with the precious blood. Hallelujah. And I was out there, runaway, wayward girl, gone out there, prodigal. And I was out there, runaway, wayward girl, gone out there, prodigal daughter out there. He would have died for me. That's how much he loves us. That's how much he loves us. He would have came and died on that cross for me. He doesn't want us to be lost. He doesn't want us to be distraught. Honey, that's the reason why he died. One of many reasons why he died. And I want you to know, he didn't just stay in the grave, y'all. He got on up. There's too many witnesses out there that know he got up. He got up and came out of that grave. And he came out with all power in his hand. And he left the Holy Spirit down here for comfort, for teaching. I know. I'm one of those that know, honey, because I was wayward as you get. Okay? But guess what? He came into my bedroom one night when I was at the lowest point of my life. Depressed, didn't understand what was about to cry, thinking about it. Ooh, crying. I'm sitting there looking at myself on the bed, about to cry, thinking about me on there. Honey, I woke up out of a dream straight wet. Nothing but tears, just crying. My clothes all wet. God was there in my room. He hugged me. Did I see him? No, but I felt it. Hugged me. Then and there, couldn't nobody tell me there was no God. Then and there, couldn't nobody tell me that he didn't love me. He told me everything about myself. I felt like the woman at the well. And now I'm out telling everybody else, like the woman at the well. Come on in, baby. Like the woman at the baby almost scared me, but I thank God. Is that like the door? Okay, just sit on the porch. I'm almost done. Sit in the chair. I'm almost done, baby. Like the woman at the well. Went out and told everybody in the village about this man that told her everything about herself. He sat down there and told me everything about myself. Where I went left and where I went right and where I can come back around. Why come I don't have any animosity against anybody? Why? Because God showed me. And I did not have any room to what? Hold a grudge against nobody. Huh? Nobody. Why come there's joy? Because I let go of hatred. Because I let go of why me syndrome. And I let God in. Period. Point blank. I can't get no clearer than that. Listen, if you have any questions, drop them in. Yeah. Get into the DMs, honey. Get into the comment section. Go over to SP Connect on Facebook. Find me. I'm also on IG. Find me there. Guys, if you have any questions, I don't know a lot, but the little that I do know is that I can't make it down here without him. Nope. I've been sad, miserable, wondering why. But God. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Grandbabies I wait. No, I gotta go see what's going on. Yeah, I love y'all. I'll be back again on next Wednesday. 2 peas in a pie with my daddy. And honey, we're gonna be getting it in again. I love you guys. Peace, love, hair grease. Y'all take care. Hi. See y'all later. Touch that screen, y'all. I don't know if I did. I did. Turn it off. Oh, that's a problem. Ending live stream now. Baby. I'm just turning this thing. Oh. I don't know if I turned it off or not. I don't know. I couldn't even tell myself. Oh, the live stream is still going. Here I come, baby. Mama? I want to know something. Did I get off? Is that still on? Oh Lord. Oh, shoot. I was in the whole wrong button all along. Oh, oh. I'm still on. Yeah, I couldn't find how to turn this off, and I went on outside thinking I did.